I'd say I'd feel bad for you, buddy, but you've caused me a lot of grief through the time playing this game, so I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of this. Well, I was gonna finish you off with that, but I gave up. Alright, let's see how far I can yeet myself. Here's my home. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see. This is that feather cape. Yeah, we're not even gonna get, I mean, it's better than walking. Oh, there's some skeletons. Okay, let's go dabble in this. A little bit dabble. Dabble. It's almost not there. Anyways, well, that was fun. Off that mountain, trying to get back here. Oh, we'll do a quick tour since I'm recording. Perfect spot, little peninsula here. It's a deer spawn and a boar spawn and an X spawn and a fish spawn. So ticks all the boxes, close enough to mountain, got black forest across the inlet with a copper deposit, silver in the mountains. So I typically now just build my first base. I choose carefully and then build the base there. So playing on a server, public server, so been a lot of exploring. I've finished the game previously, so I'm kind of waiting on the guys to catch up and get through Yagalut. I'm building while they do that, so anyways, let's go out to the front. Yeah. Alright. Well. This road looks like I built it up, but I really didn't. I just sort of carved off a little bit so it looks like a road. I wish I hadn't done this. It's too much, doesn't look good, but it's too far, so I'm just going to leave it like it is. Anyways, you enter. I'll put some flags up here. There'll be some horizontals coming out, and then I'll put some flags on it. This is my security gate. This is the old... Oops. Anyways, you do this and it allows you to walk across and also, more importantly, to drag a cart across. So, not really necessary, but I do like to do it because it was from early days in the game and everybody thought it was cool, so I've always done it. I'll leave these open just in case this gets breached. So the bad guys can't walk across. So anyways, that's that. Let's go over the defense perimeters. So it didn't take long for me to understand that digging a moat was going to be the best way to defend my bases, so I've always done that. So really what I try to do is find a hillock like this along a thin peninsula near the water, and then that in and of itself isolates it, so really you're going to only get attacked from one direction, which is up here. Skeletons and some things come from over here, but I'm not really worried about those. Initially, when you're building a base, your first issue is going to be trolls, so I always dig the moat pretty quickly to um, keep the base safe from troll attacks, because once you start terraforming, for some reason that seems to kick the trolls off. So anyways, just careful manipulation of the site. Again, it looks like I've built these roads up, but really I've taken this gradual slope and just chopped a notch out of it to provide a defined pathway. So it's not as much work as it looks, but I will tell you what, in Valheim, the toughest thing to do is to create a sloped road like this, that consistent. Learning to do that with a hoe is probably my single greatest achievement in the game without using mods. So anyways, this part's still under construction. As I said, moat's my biggest defense. On a peninsula, really what you can do is almost just dig a moat all the way through, and now you're isolated, you know, just for that one wall. Based on the attacks, mob attacks that happened in Valheim, this is a very secure base. Now the Drake attacks, they will, you know, obviously can do quite a bit of damage to your base if you choose to stay in your base and fight them. Obviously I would kite them away and fight them out in the terrain, but even they aren't an issue at my skill levels and at my armor levels. So anyway, so that's kind of the perimeter. So let's kind of go. This is going to be the dock. This is my. I built a little too big out here, so I'm struggling to finish this. So this will be a dock. It will be covered, except for this walkthrough, because this is where the crane operates, and will take cargo from here up to that platform, and then it can take it from that platform up to the top. So that's how cargo gets up and into the base. So both these inlets on each side of this peninsula go all the way through the island, so they're both going to be well-traveled routes. So I've chosen to create a kind of a way station that people can stop on their journeys, offload cargo. I've even working on a kind of a rudimentary prison here, where if you got prisoners you need to hold in cells, I'm going to be making cells down here. This out here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may do some kind of, like, you know, for the prisoners would stay on the other side, and this is a side that the ships, the sailors would stay, especially if they were going to stay for any length of time. So I may I'm going to put a giant portal hub here in this end, so that'll take up about a 20 by 20 block. So this end is going to be taken up by the portal hub, and then here will be the courtyard area for this lower apartment. So my garden's over here with my bees. So this all working very well. Got my storage chest for as I start to harvest. I haven't done much harvesting. I've been building my ass off nonstop for 2 weeks. I'm trying to get this done, so once we hit the Mistlands, I'll be fully functioning base. I mean, I could go now, it's fine, but I really want to be more finished. So really, I wish I could have kind of made this whole base on axis, but it just didn't work out that way. So anyways, you come in. I really made this 4-yard too large, so to kind of break it up, I've dropped this down, and this is where the smelters will go. It actually makes sense, but really the circulation path now is sort of cut off here, which I don't like. But anyways, here's my forge. This is the black metal forge. I went ahead and put it in here just to see how much room I would need. I had no idea how big it was going to be, so that's really just there for test bit. So a portal that gets me to the existing portal hub that the server uses, and then I've got my other crafting things over here. Kind of a catch-all right now. These will be moved down to the forging level once that's done. This is kind of the view. I'm kind of torn about whether to keep those trees there or not. But really, with the windmills there, it doesn't make sense to pull them down because you're not going to have that great a view anyways if the trees are gone. But out here, I mean, this is a nice view, so I may put a little gazebo out here or something where people could sit. So obviously this is my ceremonial entrance, so I'm going to put a visitor's boat dock out here. The one behind us is for working boats. Off of here will be a nice dock for Vikings who are visiting versus being on an actual trip. So this will be the visiting axis, so that is why I chose to make this a very ceremonial entrance. A little over the top for a Viking place, I know, but it sort of took a life of its own on once I started building it. So probably going to put a hot tub under here. Interesting. I wonder what I was doing down there. It's a little bit bizarre. I need to work on that. Hot tub there. Again, we may. I've got so much room here. I don't know what to do here. We'll see. So, anyways, I've got these. Those are actual circling trophies that I put on top and then surrounded with these cubes, the crystal. I tried to cap them some way, but nothing worked out right. So right now they're uncapped. Looks spectacular at night. I like the blue steel torches, although I don't like the coloration difference between the pilaster caps and those. But this is an item stand, 2 item stands stacked on top of each other, with the first item stand getting a swamp key and then a silver shield to give you sort of a backlit effect. Nighttime it looks good. It's just something I'm playing around with. So one of the biggest issues with building up on a plateau like this is that you tend to you run into issues of vertical circulation up and down. So really that is the biggest challenge I have when I build my bases. I mean, although you don't really have to work it out like it's a functioning base because you can jump so high in this game. But that's part of what I do for a living, is design buildings. So the circulation is, I'm not going to say it's always fun, but it is always challenging. So trying to get that worked out so it makes sense, not just here's the simplest way to get here to here, but this is how I think they would actually do it. So, and here is my secret trapdoor to my Vikings room. So, I thought I could put a rug over it and actuate the hatch through the rug, but that's not the case. So I've had to leave it exposed, which is fine. I can walk over it. Sit in but I just had something different. You know, I could probably recess it down and do that. It's fine for now. So, anyways, here is my inside. So obviously everything around the central hearth. I've got my pots and upgraded stations. My food pantry is going to go here. I'm going to do very similar to what I did here, over here, and it will hold all my food stuff. Along this wall, this will probably be some sort of decorative wall. I'm not sure what I'll do there. Here I'm going to have 3 armor stands, and then the wall will be covered in my armor, old weapons and stuff, so I'll have 3 sets of armor I can kind of interchange when I want to. So this will all get layers of detail, but I kind of start layering when I'm working, so I'm not working on the same thing for too long and getting bored. So I'll just kind of start to add layers of detail. Pretty happy with the roof. I'm not sure I like the hip ends. I might look at going back to eve ends up there. It adds a little bit of a different layer. So that's the main hearth. This is for the cooking oven. So anyways, if you that's how she looks. So looking good, coming along. I'm happy with it. So I don't know that anyone's been keeping track of what I'm building, so it'll be fun once we kind of do our reveals. I know a couple of the guys are building way out here. Some guys have ready to the Mistlands and are getting saucy. So I'm more of the stay-at-home Martha Stewart Viking kind of guy, which we all need in our lives. So, but I will go once we get to the Mistlands and there's some combat to be had. I'm very capable of joining in and helping out as needed. So, anyways, that's a little quick show off of my cape, what it can do, and then also a quick tour of the base. So I'll take a video at some point when I get closer to being finished. Talk to you later. Bye.